And we're back from the break. Hello again, everybody. So, danger's on. Let us jump back immediately. So we've got the massive gang of like 100 guys led by Lux, pinned down by sniper fire at the wrong end of the of the street. Still separated from our wonderful Black Ops team, led by Tudor and Midnight, inside the compound by a giant stone and concrete wall and some huge-ass gates. Oh, I also can now reveal to you the map. So I shall move the players onto the map screen. It's very shitty looking.
Oh, it's so shitty. I love it.
I know, right?
Is this what you've been working on?
I don't like doing maps. Jesus,
It's what you've been working on in the break, isn't it?
Stop it. It hurts my feelings when people talk about my maps.
Is this where we are?
Yeah, you guys are down by those two.
I'm not even complaining. This isn't even that bad.
Yeah, you guys are
worse.
down. So Lux and crew are between these two white lines. 1 second, let me put my thing back on select move. You guys are down here area.
Okay. Got it.
And currently Tudor and crew, you guys are basically, if you look at the map, here. And you want to be in here. And yes.
Cool.
Yeah, so I think as you're like crouching next to that phone, Ryan just goes to you, oh shit, they let Theo loose. He kind of like peeks up to the window and then quickly ducks back down. He goes like, he just arrived one day with a rifle. Never seen a shot better. Yeah. We should stay low and hope that he goes away. Maybe, if we're lucky. Yeah. We'll just briefly. Oh, cut.
Could I? Well, I know.
Oh, yeah,
Could I read this situation? Because it feels like I'm in a pretty charged situation.
Yeah, no. Any of you can feel free to roll sharp at any time. It's
cool.
Everywhere is pretty goddamn charged right now.
I'm gonna do that. Do you know why I'm also gonna do that? Because that gives me the 5th experience I need to then get +1 hard, which I think I may need.
Probably sensible. Do not forget to tick these improvements off in your improvements tab.
I have done.
Okay, that is a 9. You succeed partially.
So I get to choose one
you
question.
could, by the way, expend a hypno hold here to inspire yourself with the thought of midnight.
Oh yes, I think yeah, I'm pissed off that they blew up midnight. I'm going to inspire myself to get full success.
Okay, so with the power of bonus or love, not entirely certain which.
Fem bonus.
Yeah, you reach.
Clitoris prohibitus.
You reach a 10.
Cool.
Mark Midnight. Mark down your hypno hold over Lux by 1, please.
Yeah. Remind me about that.
So,
so
you are now inspired with the thought.
I've already got hypno.
What is it about Midnight that like pushes your senses to a new height of sharpness? Or is it like anger that they've shot at your
thinking
girl?
It's like actually, I'm getting there's like shots going on everywhere, and Lux is just like, shit. You know what? I'd actually rather just be like cuddling with Midnight right now.
Aww.
She wants to be cuddling. It's like I've kind of got myself into a bit of a shithole here.
Yeah.
I just want to like if I want to cuddle with Midnight again.
Yeah,
I have to go and fucking blow all those shits up.
You've run off into this horrific like battle scene. And then you remember the last time you saw this girl that you kind of like, she was like bleeding out on the floor of a pub, and you ran off to chase down Reimer.
Basically, yeah.
So yeah, maybe you've
Fuck you, Lux.
Maybe you've made a terrible mistake.
Yeah, it's a little bit of like a. I don't know if she's alright. Really, it's like, fuck. These guys killed her.
Okay.
I'm gonna fucking kill them. I've got harder. I'm ready. I'm ready.
Okay.
For them.
Give me. So you now have.
Where's? Oh, sorry. I have 1 hold left.
1 hard. Sorry. Or you
I've now have 1 hard. Yeah.
Okay. I have to change that manually. Cool.
Yeah.
Done it. Don't worry. Cool. So, ask me your questions.
I think there's 4 questions I want to ask.
That is awkward for you.
Yeah. I think actually no 3 because I know what the answer to one of them is. So, it's where's my best way in?
Into the compound. It's through the gate.
That's still the best way.
I
even with
mean,
all three forces. So-
you, I don't think, would know of any super secret passageways or entrances. You could maybe try vaulting some of those buildings to the top of the wall, but
yeah, you can get
that's
the tank
hard to
for
do in a tank.
I couldn't blow up. The wall's too strong to blow
The
up.
wall is definitely too strong to blow up. The gate, not so much.
Cool. Okay.
So maybe like if it's trying to get your gang inside, you can try and have your gang work their way through this, the like in between the buildings while you drive straight at the gate. But I mean that also means you're the only focus of damage, and like they will all just be shooting at your tank.
Yeah.
And it will take, even your tank will take time to get there. It's definitely not
Yep.
tagged as fast, is it?
No, I don't think
Yeah,
so.
okay, so yeah, it would take a
It's-
while for you to get there, and like you'd have to basically just ram this gate down.
It is off-road and it's rugged.
Yeah.
So it can go through that fire.
Oh
it is
yeah, no,
rugged.
you definitely can make it through the enemy fire, and I'm pretty sure if you hit that gate at some good speed or with a grenade having gone on before you, you can push through, but you got to
Yeah.
get there.
Okay. Yes. So, what's my enemy's true position? By which I mean, where is that goddamn sniper?
He is, so apparently the sniper Theo. I think he's actually in he's gonna be in like this tower here. Oh, sorry, this tower right here, on the left hand side of the gate.
Cool.
And your final question.
Sniper there. Cool. And what should I be on the lookout for?
I think maybe once you saw a shipment of like basically rocket tubes.
Mhm.
Those, because those could
Cool.
probably do some damage to your tank if they just concentrate fire on your tank. It could get pretty
Got it.
hairy for you.
And I presume the range to the gate is far. I assume.
Yeah, like from where you are, you're none of your gang was probably able to accurately shoot down this street.
Cool. And I still can't bring up the the mansion at all.
What do you mean?
Like with the phone.
I think in the actual mansion itself, there's no one really picking up.
Oh, in that case,
yeah, it's
in that case, yeah, I would. In that case, that's fine. I'm just gonna point at someone who's nearby who he's wearing a white shirt and say, "Give that to me." And
yeah, I think like one of the guys that looks there is like, okay, and yeah, like tosses it across.
and
really-
and then I'm gonna drive forward with my with the tank. I would attach the shirt to the top of my tank
All right.
and drive forward with it. With not Reimer isn't in the gunners.
Yeah, like everyone's like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Um,
Driving forwards with the thing, and I sort of drive slowly up to basically about here, in front of the gate.
yeah.
Is this the awkward
Assuming
moment when
no one-
Finbar
assuming-
reveals that a white flag isn't a white flag in this world?
No,
Assuming
And
no
he
one
just insults
no one
all them
shoots me.
others.
Yeah, I think you maybe get to like here when like a shot kind of like hits the like the bonnet and pings off. It's like, and like is it? This guy hasn't missed so far, so I think you can infer this to be a warning shot. And like your entire crew are like hovering.
In which case, yeah, I'm gonna like giving this warning. I'm gonna stop, lean out the window, and say, "Oi, Theo, I can fucking see you. Alright, we want to fucking talk."
Yeah, I
Stop
think a
fucking shooting.
megaphone comes on and you hear Ella's voice go, "Yeah, Lux, well, you can talk from way over there, where your grenades aren't gonna hit my men."
Alright then, this is super awkward. I will just keep shouting then.
He just gonna clear sound. Afraid I can't hear you, dear. You're gonna have to get out.
I'll get out if one of yours comes out. We can talk in front of everyone.
What was that? You're gonna have to speak a little louder.
I said.
Yeah, I think at this point it becomes evident to you either she's taking the piss or she physically can't hear you. But either way, she ain't letting that tank move any further forward. And yeah, you're gonna have to physically walk. Like, you are at the limit of shouting distance. Like, she is using a megaphone to be heard. I think oppositely, like, you shouldn't get out the car. It's bad, bad plan.
I know I shouldn't fucking get out of the car. That's why I'm trying to meet him halfway. But they can't fucking hear me.
Shockingly enough, dearest niece, when you drive up to someone's gates with a tank, they don't usually react favourably.
I got a white T-shirt, all right.
Yes. So believable when strapped to a grenade launcher.
There's no one manning the grenade launchers. These guys are just so inconsiderate. What does Lux do? You know what? Lux doesn't want these people to die. She says, you know what? Fuck, it's got to be done. She gets out the car.
Okay.
With the T-shirt and starts walking towards them. Like, they kill me. You fucking avenge me, Arpus.
Arpus looks at you like, You get possibly you might need to manipulate to convince him of that one.
I think probably he just looks at it because he's the awkwardest. You know what? Fuck it. No, just going. It's not worth it. And I'll walk out.
Good luck. Don't try not to die. Dad would make me like yeah. So I think we pause as like these incredibly like. There's no noise. It's like except the like throbbing of like the very reassuring sound of the air vents still working as you kind of get out of the car and slowly walk forward with this like shirt up in your hand, just like kind of waiting to get shot at. And yeah, so I think you eventually approach the gate nice and close.
I walk forwards. I still staying a good like 100 meters away from the gate.
Position yourself where you'd like to be then. But yeah, it's a very tense
mark.
walk, and I think like you have every person kind of watching you from the best of their ability, waiting for you to have your strings cut. Yeah, I think the McCrane-mobile is still back. Like, whoop.
Okay, for what makes me all the way back there, I'm going to walk to here. If shouting distance is there, I'm walking much closer to shouting distance.
Yeah, I think from this point you could probably be. You think like, okay, I can be heard here. You see Ella like pop herself up in one of the like fortification bits.
Yeah, and I'm going. Yeah, all right. You guys already started shooting. You guys have continually shot first here. Can we talk? Out here.
At this point, Ella goes, "We can talk when your freaky psychic bastards bring back our boss." Lux. It's not polite to scoop people out of the middle of a fortified compound, and I dislike the disrespect it frankly carries. I'll send out
a lot of respect that means because we don't want to assault this place. We respect this place. That's why I'm fucking talking. There's respect there.
Yeah, I think you get another. I'm coming down, Lux. Don't try anything funny now.
No funniness.
Yeah, I think at this point, like, her voice comes off, and like the next things you see, Lux, are like people with. You just get like the few glimpses of people with rocket tubes, like lining up on the walls, and like crouched down to avoid fire, and then the gates like creak open, and Ella flanked by two like rather large men with assault rifles, all of them dressed in like heavy plating armor, like. This is 2 armor kind of stuff, and they're all armed with like assault rifles and tactical shotguns and stuff like that. Stride out.
And there's me in like my furs with a pistol.
Yeah.
Looking very much like less to them.
Okay, let's be. So these guys are Ella and him.
I call out 3 max, please.
Say what now? Yeah.
3 maximum,
Yeah,
please.
yeah. There's only the 3 of them.
Cool.
So yeah, I think
I can take
they
3
get to
guys.
like
It's
maybe 10 meters away from you.
Mhm.
No, not 10 meters. No, like yeah, 5-10 meters, somewhere in that range, and they stop.
Yeah.
And then we'll like this again, like quiet, tense standoff happens around, and we'll cut.
Cool.
So let's go to Stein briefly. Because yeah, I think being flooded by people yelling at you, which like. How often does Stein like interact with large groups of people? From the sounds of it,
Very rarely.
yeah. So how are you dealing with this mob of people asking you questions and panicking?
At the moment, I'm just about keeping my cool.
Yeah,
Um,
but like
I'm still communicating with Dave, right? Or is Dave left?
Dave is gone down in the elevator to go fuck shit up, unless you specifically told him not to.
Okay. No, I did not. So we've got air coming down the shaft
Yeah,
now.
it's
just
working.
Okay. So I'm at a point now where I'm trying to figure out a way to actually. Well, we need to start thinking about a way of getting all of these people up to the next level, then work towards ground. Have I heard back from Freed yet?
I think yeah, literally at this point, like Preed like jumps up at the back and like kind of waves, and yeah, you approach him. He's followed. Went in the direction they went. No blood, no signs of like gunfire or anything like that. Just got to the far side, north face.
No exits.
Vanished.
No. Nothing.
He shakes his head. I mean, come take a look with me if you want. Maybe you see something I don't.
Given the current situation where we have 200 people, where people are gradually realizing that they may well be trapped, I think it may be best to consider that heading a different direction is a good idea. I turn to
You want to
address.
lead his entire like he turns to like you've got a fair few like fit fighting people, but this also does include like the town's elderly, sick, the children. Like this is also all of the town's like vulnerable, dependent people, and carrying them around with you. One will slow you down, and two is yeah, it's difficult, and a lot of the remaining people here are like freaking out. The ones keeping calm are the rest of the court, but they're as clueless as you are at this point.
Okay. The best option that I can think of at the moment is that there is air in this part of the
Yeah.
underground. So the safest thing to do is to keep the majority of people here. We need a team of people, though, to come with us, so if we do find an exit, we can get above ground and send a team of people back to basically start heading people in that direction.
So yeah.
So I can identify people of the court, right?
Yeah,
I
you
know
other court members. So yeah, I think if you want to try and take charge, you're going to have to try and manipulate because
Yes.
they listen to Tudor, not you.
Yep, that is fine. Can I get 2 or 3 members on their own?
Yeah, you can easily like,
basically
wander
threats?
over and like cut through the crowd with kind of an authority. But yeah, give me those manipulate rolls. By the way, while these you roll with your weird, these count as hot rolls for the purpose of XP. So you don't, because otherwise you can do things where you can stack all of your stats, all of the kind of rolls onto one stat, and then be like, lol, no matter what stats you highlight, I gain XP. Whereas
So I don't gain XP from manipulating.
you don't gain XP from manipulating, but you get to use your weird. Unless you have hot highlighted as well.
Okay.
It's just because, like, literally, I think in another game of this I've played, Johnny's character is gaining, like, physically cannot not, I think only has 2 stats that he can physically roll, so has to have them both highlighted and gains XP.
I have 3 stats.
Sorry.
Okay. So I roll weird, yeah?
Yeah, roll weird. That
Okay.
makes
Anything for having charismatic as a boost, or just roll
just
weird?
is rolling your weird instead of your hot. So,
There you go.
Success. So yeah, I think you get a few
Sick.
people together and you convince them like, okay, and they select like some, like you get maybe like a kind of
Yeah.
it's,
The,
like,
the message.
yeah, you get like I think 3 or 4
I'll
people
get them. Yeah.
gathered up
I'll,
and like yeah, it's a couple teenagers, one of the court members, and yeah, like again, you're like you've run out of guns you looted now. It's just people with crowbars and shit like that, and they'll come with you.
Okay. The message I want. Shall I say I have like 4 people here?
Yeah, I think you got 4 and you got Preed still.
Okay. So I'll address 2 of them and say, okay, we are going to split this crowd up. I want you to round up 50 able-bodied people and sort of send them this way. Basically, cut them off from everyone else, prevent anyone else from following them. When you have them a safe distance away from the crowd, explain that we are looking for an alternative exit. I want you to stay here and make sure that everyone stays in this place as there is sufficient air for everybody. And basically, I let on that there is limited air supply throughout the rest of the underground.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, I think there's like a moment where like the penny drops and they're like, oh, right, yeah, lots of panic and lots of weird stuff suddenly making sense. Cool. And yeah, they move off to do that. Are you and Preed then going to head up to the north face and try and find?
Yes,
Yeah, okay.
we wait a couple of minutes for these people to assemble.
Yeah, I think it's going to take time for them to assemble. Like, so if you wait, you risk like missing the action. Like they know where to head, like to head up to the north face, as it were. So it's like that guy is rounding people up and like separating families and things like that. Like it's taking
okay.
him
So
time.
basically, we've got a slow trickle of people heading this way.
Yeah, they're forming
wait
up
for
as
the
it were.
first- Okay, so we wait for the first few people and motion them to follow, and I tell Freed to lead the way as far as he could get, on the safe assumption that was the direction Tudor had headed.
Okay, yeah. I think yeah. So I think you get there and Pre kind of like gestures at the north face with its it's kind of almost just sheer rock, most like by and large, with a few like metal beams and stuff running through it. A few bits and pieces of walls here and there where stuff wasn't safe, whatever. But yeah. And kind of people look at you for like, okay, what do we do now, nerd?
This obviously Stein wouldn't know this, but this is where Cecil used the panel.
This is where their secret passage is.
Okay, so by power of deduction, can I assume there is a secret entrance somewhere around this?
You probably can't. You can go. There's no sign. Like you've walked along here, and there's like. It doesn't seem like they're hiding anywhere. Like all the houses look empty. So, I guess your brain goes, well, they're somewhere here.
Yeah. So there's basically something I'm not initially seeing.
Yeah. So do you kind of like people are looking to you like, shall we spread out and look for like something?
I'm tech savvy. I mean, could I basically poke around at the walls and things like that and see if there's anything that catches my eye that looks out of place? Sort of feel around, see if I can feel anything.
You can poke around, but I think without a move, it's gonna actually be.
I've got things speak, so there is a device to read. Do I have to be able to see it to read it?
You can try things speaking the wall. You
Yeah.
have to get very lucky to just touch the right panel.
How would I roll that?
So just give me a thing speak as per usual. Oops.
Okay.
Oh, I'm on the right page. Fantastic.
Things speak.
Okay, so succeeds partially. So if I just reopen your character sheet, things speak. A 7 to 9, you get to ask 1. So if you look at your character sheet, you do have the list of questions.
Yeah, I'm just having a look now.
Terrible cast members are terrible.
I'm just assessing what would be the best question to ask here. I'm toying between what has been done most recently with this, or what is wrong with this, and how might I fix it.
I mean, what is?
What would be most appropriate here? Because I know that one will likely give me the answer I'm looking for.
With what? Sorry, it was. What's wrong with it? Well, there's nothing really wrong with it. It works fine.
As an extension of that question, though, it's what's wrong with this and how might I fix it? Basically, how can I get this?
Yeah, I think it's more. If you ask kind of what has been done most recently with this or to this, you get the inkling of like you see maybe just on some point in the wall you see Cecil's hand pushing a panel, and then it's sliding open.
Okay.
Like in very much that way that is reminiscent of the
Sort of like a ghost print.
Yeah, like the engine. So maybe you don't know the exact place, but you know like there's a mechanism that does that. So
Okay,
you
so-
can like scatter your like 10 dudes along this wall and be like, find me this panel.
Yeah, I'll do exactly that. I mean, that's the best I can hope for. And say,
Yeah.
okay, there is a panel on this wall. Um, Light touches people. A panel should reveal itself if you touch the right point in the wall.
Yeah,
Use
they all...
firm hand presses though.
Okay, yeah, they all kind of like look at you like, the fuck? Like you just walked up to a wall, put your hand against it, closed your eyes, and then turn around. Guys, there's a secret passageway around here. And they're all like, but yeah, they roll with it and they spread out. Like it's a long ass wall, so it's gonna take some searching. Preed kind of like stays with you. And he's kind of like, what did you just do there, Stein? Oh, lost Joe. What was that whole deal?
When you spend as long as I have around machines, I understand them better than I understand people. And you could just say I have a way.
Uh-huh. Away, is it? Yeah, I think at this point he like puts his hand on your shoulder and goes, well, I guess that's like my way with people, eh? And smiles.
Kind of. I would rather use this hand for feeling the wall, though. Right now, time is still a factor.
Okay. Yeah. Kind of. He nods and like shuffles off. Yeah, I think as you're working this, you notice that like Preed is looking at you in a decidedly odd fashion. Oh dear.
Joe's having some connection troubles.
Yeah, I noticed. Sorry, Jamie?
I was going to say, can I get free to read while we're doing
You
this?
can indeed. Give me that sharp roll. Succeeds partially. Fantastic.
That gets me one question, right?
I believe so.
Okay.
Basic moves. Read a person. Yeah, so you can hold one and you can ask this question at any point during the interaction between you and Preed.
Okay.
If you want to say more things to lead into a question.
Yeah, I'm just trying to find it.
It's in the basic moves below read charged situation. Person.
Read a person. Gotcha. I want to know how he's actually really feeling.
So yeah, I think this one you almost touch like a little bit with your weird almost because like it doesn't make sense. Like Preed has gone from panicky and acting like a cornered animal to as soon as they saw your stuff, he's looking at you with this kind of like weird mixture of like greed and lust and yeah, it looks very odd. Like you can't quite decipher it. This emotion that he's feeling, it feels alien to you, and more so than normal people with their weird emotions. That's like you know those, even if you don't like necessarily experience them the same way as the rest of the human race does. But like this is just it feels kind of alien. It's there's this element of want, and yeah.
So like greedy adoration.
Yeah, I wouldn't necessarily go as far as say adoration. It looks, yeah, it looks more like the abilities that you've just displayed have awakened something just very strange and some weird desire in Preed that you've never seen on his or indeed many other people's faces before.
Right. Okay. I instantly trust him a little less.
Sensible.
That's fine. So
Yeah.
continuing to feel on the wall, looking for this panel.
Yeah.
I've got nothing that happens.
So I think you turn to like a long time passes with you guys, and you turn and you push it. You just push down on this bit of wall, and this bit just slides. And you're like, oh shit! And this thing slides open. You see this black panel in front of you, and then just as if in reaction to something, your psychic sense snaps open, and like the entire world just goes immediately into like the weird synesthesia, and you look, and this these black tendrils are like touching like your side of your face, like your chest, you're like all along your arm, and you look, and they're all like emanating off of Preed, and then you just hear, well, like I think yours is like this with that strange synesthesia stuff. You see this kind of this girlish giggle ripple off of Preed, as these these weird tendrils of stuff like sharpen and focus and start to look like, weirdly, hair. Long black hair. And then we cut over to Tudor and Midnight.
Freaked.
The super special
Shit.
secret agents.
Psychic fuckery. Cool.
So basically, I'm
like Black
screwed,
Ops.
Stein's screwed, so you guys better do some good shit right now.
Oh yeah, because
Okay, well, I've got
this
a
is the
plan.
point as 3 soldiers, guns up, round the corner, and into like all of you lot with guns kind of coming up, and yeah, it's Rourke and 2 other guys, and like everyone just kind of freezes. What do you 2 do?
Shoot us and we shoot Cecil.
Are you?
Shoot Cecil.
Is that a seduce? Is that a manipulate, or is that a go aggro? Do you intend, like, do you just immediately turn your magnum onto his head and you fully intend to follow through with it, or are you bluffing?
No, I'll go aggro as if I fully intend to.
Okay, roll plus hard. This could be fun. Murder Cecil. Succeeds
important roll.
partially.
That's good. At least it wasn't a fail.
It
If it was a
wasn't a
fail,
fail.
we were in trouble.
Fails. Yeah. So I think the other 2, like, they're newer. They're like, one of them looks like he's 16, just had a growth spurt very early. Like, he's got the baby face and like a patchy ass beard, but is like really tall. Rourke is obviously like in the middle, is like composed, battle ready. This is where he's at home, like in his big fuck off armor with his assault rifle. And the other guy is just kind of like nervous. It's like, whoa, everyone settle down, settle the fuck down. So on a 7 to 9, they have to choose one. Get the hell out of your way, barricade themselves securely in. Give you something they think you want. Back off calmly, hands where you can see. Tell you what you want to know, what you want to hear. Force your hand and suck. Well, they're not going to force your hand and suck it up. Because Cecil doesn't give a fuck that you might shoot him in the head, but they sure do. Yeah, I think the really scared, like, teenager guy and the other one lower their guns, like, kind of, like, put them down, raise their hands up. Rourke just kind of lowers the muzzle, and you see him, like, flip the safety on. It's like, let's calm down there. Hey, crazy man. Don't want to do anything hasty.
I then gesture Midnight to go get their guns because Rourke can't hurt her.
Yeah. The thing is, you stride forward, like Rourke's like, do we have to do this, pretty little lady? Can't we just be friends? His 2 mates like looking at him like, fuck. Midnight, what do you say?
I'm like, nope, give me your fucking guns.
He like slings his off, kicks the other 2's forward, and then like flips it round. I think just as you're about to take it, he ejects the mag from his one and like hands it over. It's like, ain't completely stupid. So you lot have a plan, or are you just intending to take the entire compound with the 3 of you?
Well, I had a plan, and then Joe fucked it by trying to shoot Cecil.
I didn't shoot him.
Oh no, this is him asking.
Fucked
Like,
it by trying to.
he like look. He's like, so you guys doing anything? You just gonna wander through the compound and get horrifically murdered? You met Ella?
We go lock them in the secret passage.
So you're like trying to move them past you into the secret passage area. Okay.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
Because Rourke could help.
I think like, so you push Cecil back towards you, shuffling with this coat around his ankles, and looks at you and like holds his hand up, gives you this one of these, and then like goes to push it down. Is he gonna do something stupid? No, I think he pushes down the thing. And yeah, as the 2 guys like walking forward with their hands up, and Rourke's like, ah. And he turns towards Midnight and goes, looks around. do you really like stops kind of halfway through? I think actually no, he's leading and like he stops holding up this queue through this thin little hallway and turns towards Midnight, kind of leans over the top of you a bit and goes, "Do you really think?" Kind of gestures at like your little cadre of guys in like at the best leathers with SMGs and no combat training between you, that you lot are gonna get through this by yourselves. Because let me tell you, you will die out there. Horribly and painfully. And frankly, I'd really like a go first. Because, and he looks at this, there doesn't have to be any witnesses. I think at this point, these two are like, the fuck? At which point, like, Rourke, like, leans in, grabs this knife out of his belt, like, stabs the 16-year-old, like, right behind him, directly through the jaw. It's like, I mean, I love a good scrap. And this one sounds fun. Like, the other guy, like, goes to scream, and he pulls it out, flips the knife over, and just chucks it through this dude's face. It's like, so, am I in?
Well, that escalated quickly.
Yeah.
I mean,
Like,
that really got out of hand.
Everyone just kind of, like, look like staggers, like, the other three of them are like, the next closest bit of efficient violence you've seen like that would be Midnight's flip and shooting two dudes in the head.
Which was quite fun.
But she did nearly die from blood loss from that, whereas Rourke did that as if it was the easiest thing on the planet.
And I have 2 hypno hold overall.
You now have 1. He has definitely given you something he thinks you want.
Yeah.
Which is, and he kind of like turns like towards.
Yeah, I think we should gamble on this.
Yeah, he kind of turns towards you guys. I think maybe looks at like. I think he looks straight at Midnight. It's like, you should probably take this one's armor. He's about your size. Looks at like the guy behind him. And twice. Take that, guys. This shit's good stuff. Hammers on his like. Yeah, he's basically wearing like a giant bulletproof vest plated with like metal bits and shit. Like it's like the official like battle armor of the Cecil sect, like when they go out to raid. Yeah. So he just murdered 2 people, including like a 16-year-old kid, some nervous guy, just to impress a girl. Some bring flowers. Rourke's a little more rough and ready. So yeah, what do you guys do? Like, how do you react to brutal murder right in front of you? Like, literally, this knife probably flew, like, a few inches from your face and killed a man, like, directly in front of you. And not in combat or anything like that. This isn't self-defense. You just executed 2 people. Wondering the temperament of the room right now.
I'm probably not as shocked as Tudor is.
Yeah, I think at Midnight, I'm getting the impression that Midnight has some battle history and is remembering, like, just isn't as capable as she used to be. She's a bit rusty. But Tudor, I don't get the impression you've been in much combat before, have you?
No, I have not.
So, how do you deal with watching 2 people just get, like, just destroyed right in front of you? Because there's no justification for this one. He just murdered them.
Probably just have a momentary passing look of shock.
Yeah.
And then just kind of glance to Midnight as if the kind of, maybe we can use this kind of look.
Yeah, it's like, this is all yours.
As in kind of like, I'm
Yeah.
clearly shocked, then impressed, then,
Yeah.
ooh.
Yeah, like, okay, yeah. East Tower kind of pushes you, like moves in front of you, between you and Rourke, like, hand on his gun. Yeah, so Midnight. Rourke is looking at like, do I make the grade?
You know.
I think that he smirks and goes, well, I knew you'd warm up to me eventually. Like, bends down and literally starts, like, stripping the armor off this guy, like, thrusts the one suit at you, like, directs twice onto the other one. And yeah, they start, like, suiting up. The assault rifles also get passed out, so if either of you want to take those, you can. Let me just check the stats. I know an assault rifle is definitely better, like, stat-wise than the pistols you are carrying, Midnight. So if you do so
But
choose...
it's not better than my ray gun, right?
No. Your ray gun's pretty fucking good. If you wish to wear this, this armor, by the way, these suits are like 2 armor stuff. it's good stuff.
Yeah, I'll take it.
Yeah, okay, so put in your gear, at least for the time being. 2 armor suit. It's a little, like, sweaty and a little poorly fitting. It isn't exactly your ideal, but, you know, it'll stop bullets, which is nice.
Why was that not here last time?
Because you don't buy it. So.
Before I got shot.
Yeah, assault rifles are 3 harm, and then the tags are close, loud, and auto fire. Tag's option, the weapon makes an area attack. Okay. That's how it interacts with gangs. Can't remember. It'll be large gang. Okay, cool, right, yeah. Fantastic. So yeah, you've gone from Midnight the, like, fancy dancer to Midnight the, like, power armor soldier. In giant fucking heavy armor and an assault rifle. Do you pass your suit of 2 armor stuff over to Twice, or do you take the other one? Judah.
No, pass it on to Twice.
Okay, yeah. Cool. So yeah, you suit up and, like, do you start working your way towards this little underground passage? That will take you underneath the badness? Or are you just gonna burst out through the door and, like, walk for the compound? What's the plan, guys? What do you do after you loot the bodies? Play like traditional D&D players.
I'd vote basement, unless Chip, you've got any bright ideas after I've ruined your last plan.
Sorry, I completely missed that. You lagged out a bit.
Yeah.
I vote basement, unless you've got any bright ideas after the whole kind of soldiers ruined your
Yeah,
plan.
you fucking ruined my whole plan. It was brilliant. No, I'd say basement. Just.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
I'm not entirely trusting Rourke
Okay, so
to
you're-
be out in the open with yet.
Yeah, okay, so you're leading the way. So, Midnight, act under fire for me. Please roll me that cool. Should all of you act under fire?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
it's cool and
Yeah. So Tudor, give me that roll as well.
Nice.
Okay, we've got a full success from Midnight.
That's what I like to see.
Did you say I need to roll as well? For that?
Yeah, go on. Okay.
You just want one of us to fail, don't you?
No, I'm doing very well so far. You have successfully evaded some of my bad times. You're doing well. You might even live.
Well,
Not seeing the roll come through, Joe. Sorry, I'm on the wrong screen. Got full success from Midnight. Go! Go, buddy!
I think we've lost him, you know.
I'll roll the thing for him because I can push his buttons.
Oh, if this fails.
Camera's frozen on my
If
screen.
this fails.
Oh,
Yeah.
no, it
Blame
went
it on
through,
Fibber.
went through.
No, I think Fibber should roll.
It's
Fibber should definitely roll. Yeah, it's good. Good, yeah, I approve.
Yeah, I
Um,
think Finbar's one counts more than Judas.
Yeah, he is the GM. He can roll whenever he feels he needs to, has to roll.
On my log,
Exactly.
I'm afraid that Joe's has come up first, so
Oh.
first dice to the
Oh
table.
no, Joe
What
actually
happened?
rolled. God damn it.
Joe, you rolled, and then Finbar rolled.
I was like, you
but
froze,
yours
I
was
was like-
only a 5 and his was a 12.
Okay, no level of assisting will help here, so there's no point putting you through it. Okay, what happens as a result of this?
ow.
So I think, actually, nothing, like, super bad happens straight away. You make it down into the,
I need my coolness.
Joe, your connection is so
yeah,
bad.
try just disconnect for the call and come back again.
Try
Yeah.
getting good.
Army sometime.
Yeah.
Go back to the dark hole. Your connection was better. Phrasing.
What fire have we been acting under?
The fire of being noticed by all the armed
Okay.
men around.
Dark room.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll keep my being people.
Yeah. You Take your brother into that room. Yeah. So what happens is that you make it down to the basement without being noticed at first. And yeah, behind you, like as you leave, you're well on your way, and the door panel, the secret door panel, slides open, and Parcher and his two boys like step out from there, and like having like put on some kind of like armored suits with like, or with big guns, like big handguns or SMGs ready, and
Yay!
look down at the corpses and kind of go, well, and I think we just get Parcher just like, well, looks like look like our fine friends have already been this way. Follow the trail of blood, boys. Yeah.
What just happened?
So you didn't get seen walking through, but Parcher has arrived, following your wake of destruction, with his boys, ready to come.
From which? Oh, right,
Well,
okay.
basically come out through the secret passage. And I think what we see is actually the door opening and Parcher's left hand against the scanner. Then he pulls it away and steps on through. Yeah. The audience can make of that what they will. Obviously none of the characters know about it. Okay, let's resume back with Lux for a moment. Lux, you're there. Horrible, like, yeah, Ella kind of walks forward and is like, so, let's negotiate the terms of your surrender, Lux.
Should we sit down? I like to sit down. I can immediately sit down like cross-legged, in front of her.
Yeah,
So, let's talk.
I think she like snaps her fingers and one of the guys like just walks over and like smacks down the door of one of these houses with a shotgun and then just walks out with dining chairs. Like,
Oh, chairs! Great. Cool.
place them down for Ella and she sits, and the other two stand like either side of her, and you are
Like-
not offered a chair.
I'm not offering a chair. Like, come on, guys. Don't be rude. Get me a chair.
Lux, so far today, your little group has been responsible for the murder of my colleague, the gross vandalizing of Cecil Road property, the service elevators, rather important things, I'm sure you'll agree, and also, my boss is missing. Scooped out of thin air right in front of me in a flurry of snow.
I'm just gonna point out here.
Also,
You guys tried to kill 200 people.
She
200 people.
leans forward and goes, I'm a weapon, Lux. I get point in places and they pull the trigger. Oh, point
no.
out, you shot first. I believe Midnight scooped a hole out of the back of Sheriff's head with that ridiculous gun she carries everywhere.
Well,
So let us be quite clear. Who fired first?
oh no.
This war?
Like at this point, like looks the curve, puts her hands up, like, oh no, for sure, the court fired first. We fired on your people, and you fired on the civilians. That's what. Let's not deny anyone. Like we shot. I'm not denying anything. We shot first. You targeted populace. Like those are facts.
She kind of, at this point goes, do you know how long the human brain can survive without oxygen?
No, I don't, and I don't think you do either.
Ah.
Because you're a gun,
Smart
right?
gun.
You're the goddamn best gun.
So I take very good care of my guns. They're all very shiny.
Good.
But
Anyway,
essentially, here's how the plan works. We knock out an entire floor full of people. Then we go through and systematically either execute or arrest assorted terrorists and troublemakers in the lower floors. And then we turn it back on, and everyone gets up hunky-dory, reminded that Cecil is in control. And also, here's a crucial thing. You guys picked a fight with a man who keeps a private army. Expected no consequences? Frankly, I'm
oh no,
embarrassed.
for sure. Like, no, let's be honest here. The way this probably should have worked out is we picked a fight with you guys, and you guys absolutely murdered the fuck out of us. That's what should have happened here. What actually happened here is you pissed off. You tried to kill. Well, 200 people thought you tried to kill them. Then I corralled another 100 people who thought you were trying to kill 200 of their family and friends. So that's now 300 people you've pissed off. And whilst I'm possibly sure, we don't quite know how it's going to work out. You could probably kill those 300 people. That is over half your population here. Like, we don't want. Look, I'm here because I don't want that kind of mass slaughter. You asked your guy who ran out. Did I fire a single shot at your guys? No, I fucking saved Reimer's life because he's a nice guy. I don't want death and destruction here. All right. I got 300 pissed off people here. They're not going to leave here without some death and destruction. It may be their own fucking death and destruction, but I don't want that.
Well, Lux, here's the easy way. How about it's just your death, and Shooter's death once we find him, and then everyone goes home, because I don't think...
I just said I didn't fire a fucking shot against you guys.
Lux, there are security cameras on the garage floor. I saw
Yeah,
you
those guys fired
detonate
first.
5 of my men today. So explain to me, very clearly now, why I don't just make an example of you, then close the gates, hunt down Shooter like the little rat he is, execute him in midnight, and then put you all on stakes on the top of my wall and send everyone home. Because I'm
we have
frankly
Cecil.
not seeing a good enough reason not to.
We have Cecil.
Do you?
Yes.
Please bring him forth. I'll be happy to trade his life for yours.
Well, now you see, the thing is here, we've kind of surrounded you, and so he's with a different area, and it's kind of complicated, all right. Here.
At this point, I think she very dramatically looks like at the 4 walls, 3 of which the compound touches, and looks back at you with
It's very complicated.
surrounding. You have a novel knowledge of this term, Lux. Fascinated, frankly.
I have a novel use of many terms. Yeah. But look, I'm trying to you can make an example of us. You can kill us, but you're still gonna have 300 pissed people off on your hands. I'm sure it's gonna be a lot of effort, or you cannot expend that effort. You can be the heroes.
Give me a seduce manipulate.
Can I read her first?
You can indeed read her first.
Because I wanted to have a conversation first so I could actually read her, but
Yeah. I mean, any point you can read. This is definitely a charged situation. There's a sniper
Yeah.
with a gun trained on you.
it's a 7, so I can ask one question.
Do.
Now this is a very important question.
Absolutely.
Because this,
I know
no
you're
matter what
angling
the
for a
question is,
+1 on
it's
your
going to
hot
give me.
roll.
Yeah, basically, I'm looking for a +1 on my hot roll. But what question can I ask to get me the the question is, what do I want to get them to do that's realistic? Because obviously, ideally, it's how can I get his character to
Do what you want.
to go into my side?
Yeah.
But that's pushing it. It's how can I get my character to
it's like you can suddenly procure enough money to buy her loyalty / prove yourself the greatest military general who ever existed.
No, okay. How can I get her character to agree to a ceasefire?
I mean, yeah, I think if you just back those people into the elevator and leave, she won't shoot at you as a retreat. But basically it's get off my floor. I have a manhunt to conduct, and currently you're in my way. And things don't stay in Ella's way very long, either way.
Alright, cool. Okay, right. Yes. In that case, yeah. Yeah, cool. So in that case, yeah, Lux is going to go for... Okay, right. So, I don't want any more bloodshed. You guys can defend... It's quite clear you guys can defend here.
It is.
But it's quite clear you can't exactly push out because everywhere fucking hates you guys. So we're going to back up. We're going to let you have this floor. If you want any other floors, you come talk to us.
Okay. Give me that manipulate. Because she still does have what she considers to be a relatively sensible option.
Yeah. With a +1 on this.
Indeed. Oh,
That's a 10.
That is indeed a 10. Okay. She sighs. Goes, okay. Fuck off my floor. We're not re-enabling access to the lower floors. I'll tell you that now. You
Oh, we
go
already
to
fixed
floor
that one.
1.
No,
We
wait,
won't
okay.
send anyone up there to fuck with you for now.
Cool. Yeah, it's fine. As I say, if you guys ever want to go outside, ever, just give us a ring. Like you have the landline garage, right?
Indeed. She turns
Cool.
around and like.
See you
yeah.
soon.
I think just like
Nice
she
talk.
just stands up from her chair and just kind of like swings around it, and
Cool.
they stride back into the compound.
I stride off and go back to my tank.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, I think Arpa's kind of like looks at you because you don't have to follow through with that promise by merit of getting a 10. So
Yeah.
Arpa's kind of looks at you as you get back into the driving
It's
seat.
literally she gets back into the driver's seat and goes.
It's like- the door
That was
opens and you just
awful
like
idea. Why
grab
didn't
the
you
side of
stop
the
me,
car.
Arpus?
Like,
Come on, goddamn shit! You're supposed to look after me. Come on, why didn't you stop me? Right, let's fucking reverse.
I think he's like on the tip of his tongue is. So what do we do? And you're like, no, fuck it out.
Yeah.
And then right before break, Stein.
Aye.
Yeah, you just kind of, your psychic senses have been forced open as you see this kind of like black miasma, like solidifying, as if basically you kind of almost imagine a pixelated image coming into focus, and like the black fog you realize is actually like it's hair, like a psychic projection of hair, is like touching you and trying to slowly flow up you. What is your gut reaction to that? Just so I know.
Can I read Freed again while we're in this state?
I think
Or
you need to
I-
make a very instantaneous, like either kind of. Actually, first of all, sorry. No, what we should do first. Act under fire.
Act under fire. Oh, okay.
The fire
fair.
being the psychic shit.
Air. Yeah.
that this stuff is throwing at you.
Ooh,
Okay.
yeah. Okay.
A 1. Let me just
It's a
check.
good
the-
good +1 on your call there. I like it.
Yep.
just
Thanks.
yeah. So I think like this like hair stuff like kind of hovers on the edge of like your psychic defenses. Like you've just managed to erect like a small shell around you, but because like you instantly focus onto that, like you snap into psychic mode, and like this little bubble just like emanates from your skin to keep it from touching you. And then you don't notice as this person just as Preed, although now like overlaid, you're seeing like multiple images overlaid over Preed's face, and like as Preed gets next to you in the physical realm, like in the psychic realm, you like this giggle is like hammering at your
Everywhere.
senses, and Preed just fucking punches you, like decks you. So go up to 3 harm. Yeah, and then what do? Like you get like hit in the face. And Preed's still coming at you.
We are in close quarters, right?
Yes.
I'm going to use my sleeve pistol and just shoot him straight between the eyes. Attempt to, anyway.
Okay. Yeah, seize by force.
Okay. Shit, you're going to have to remind me how to do that.
That is just roll hard.
Shit.
Oh! Yeah, so I think you snap your arm out and the the pistol mechanism like slides out, and you get this like this female voice rings across like your different senses. It's like, seen that today. Like your hand gets swept aside, the gun goes off and like skitters down the hallway. Your arm gets pushed, and then like the other hand comes up, grabs you by the hair, and shoves your face into the wall. And yeah, this like voice again that's layered across like Preed's, and then like another voice over the top of that, and the sound of like the maelstrom like churning and whirling like across it all, like static, like filters across all of your senses, like utterly disorientating you. With, it seems I have use for you, Stein, and here I thought you were always just a little bit of an awkward one. Let's see if I can get in here. And yeah, I'm gonna make you act under fire again.
Basically, to try and defend myself from...
Yeah, like this
psychic-
hair like kind of like bunches up and then like tries to encircle you. This is a full-on psychic assault as opposed to a probe.
Oh, shit.
Okay. I'm trying to think if you have anything that could help you here, but I don't think you do. Yeah, so yeah, I think you feel like the slightest thing of like this hair like kind of reaching across you, and like you feel it like burrowing itself, like in some strangely overly physical way, burrowing under your fingernails, like into the gaps in your, like under your eyelids and like through your mouth, and it's like it's horrible, and you feel this gross sense of invasion. And then yeah, like the kind of like body of Preed throws you off, like backs up, and like this hair like retreats, and you just see this kind of like black fog again hovering around Preed's form in the psychic world. And this again, this horrific like grating voice like comes across like, well, that was interesting. How are you doing there, buddy? Yeah. I don't think you necessarily notice what's wrong with you straight away. But yeah, you feel this kind of like squirming underneath your skin and like in your brain. She like tilts this figure like tilts her head and goes like, you know, you really should come see me on on the actual playing field. This meat prison is frankly just so distasteful.
Who are you? What's happening?
She kind of looks at you and again it looks at you and kind of goes, seriously, you have actual senses, use them. But back when I was like that, people knew me as Rachel. A pleasure to make your actual acquaintance, Stein. Although, to be fair, I've been around you for months. I mean, the thing speaking to you is evidently psychic in nature. You do have the capacity to open yourself to the psychic maelstrom if you so desire.
I'm just debating whether that's
A good idea? I
yeah.
can understand why you would be.
Sorry, my curiosity beats better
Yeah,
nature.
you're a scientist, man.
I am going to try and open my mind and learn more from what I can see.
Yeah. Okay.
So that what was that? What
Roll
would that be?
weird. This is definitely a weird roll. God, you are rolling terribly today. Okay.
Well, it's running great, and now suddenly shit.
Yeah, so like the psychic waves like part for just a moment, and you just see this like 12-year-old girl with like long black hair standing in the same place that Preed is standing in the physical world. And you get this impression like she's wearing this like black dress and it's like tattered, but like you get the impression that her form is at the same way, like tattered. And yeah, like you just see lines running off her like all over this like going off across the town, like up into the floors above, stuff like that. And then you just see one coming straight out of the center of her chest and straight to the center of yours, of like this kind of black fog, which I think your brain focuses on enough into just a single string of like black hair, like running, and then just touching the center of your chest as if it's going inside, like almost like a fishing line. And then like you're just so disorientated by the terror, like because as soon as you get that, like this kind of weird giggle mixed with static just turns into as if you're standing next to a speaker at a rock concert. But instead of hearing, you know, music, it's just this giggle being played over the top of itself at different points or over and over and over again, and just like blasts you back into like real space. And yeah, that's where we're going to go to break. So, we will see you in just a moment. Don't go anywhere.